In this video I'm going to show you my route to take advantage of the merchant glitch and also farm titanium in the Siege of Paris DLC. Subscribe to the Linus Wilson channel where I give you the secrets to crush Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I think at a minimum to upgrade your gear that you should always be buying iron every time you level up. And the merchant glitch allows you to buy iron in bulk. So I have like 100 different items of weapons and armor. Probably a third of them are fully upgraded. That is, they've had all the iron, leather, and titanium upgrades. All my items are upgraded to the mythical status. Those upgrades are relatively easy to implement in Valhalla, but you actually don't get the stats boost until you do the individual upgrades that don't require a blacksmith with Eivor. And so I'm going to show you the 6 locations that I go to. The first location is very much up to you where you start the game. I start the game typically in Dublin because I'm always leaving Eivor in Dublin right next to her chest from trade. And so she makes hundreds of silver per hour and hundreds of XP just passively by looting this chest and then occasionally turning them in to the Dublin Trading Post NPC where she gets 40 silver and 50 XP for every 100 of the clothes, delicacies, and texts that she turns in, or every 50 of the luxuries that she turns in. And so if you're looting that chest every 50 minutes, then you're not leaving money and XP on the table. But if for every 50 minutes of gameplay you're not going back there, then you are leaving XP and silver on the table. Alright, so we start in Dublin, and then we go to Francia, right? So you can only go to one merchant. You can only go to one merchant in Valhalla in Norway, Dublin, Ireland, or England. But you can go to all 5 merchants in Francia at the current time because they have different inventory systems. So the inventories are linked in all of Norway, England, and Ireland, but the inventories of merchants are not linked in all of Francia. And so you've got 6 chances to buy 1,200 iron. I'm also buying titanium, and I'm also farming titanium. And I want to thank Amber Gaming for showing me these locations for titanium. She had a really good video about farming the titanium. We're going to visit all those 5 locations that she mentions. Plus, we're going to visit the 5 merchants on a continuous loop. Now, you only want to do this loop in terms of the merchants after you level up. So you can the merchants reset every time you level up through XP. It doesn't if you get a point from maybe an altar or doing a cairn or something like that, that will not reset the merchants typically, but leveling up through XP will. And, a lot of times if you're using the Dublin trading system, you'll level up through the Dublin trading system, just trading in those contracts. Okay, so first you want to go to the Milan, or first I'm going to, you can do these in any order, but I'm going to go to Milan. Then I'm going to pick up that piece of titanium just north of Milan, at the fast travel just north of Milan, in the southern part of the Siege of Paris map. And then we're going... Also, this loop could give you 6 skill points if you pay $700 per scroll of knowledge. For the scrolls of knowledge, you need to have a level 6 settlement, right? So you will not get access to scrolls of knowledge at the merchant without a level 6 settlement. I think the same is true for the titanium. You're not able to buy that until you get to level 6. So what the merchant stocks is a function of your settlement in Ravensthorpe. So you want to make sure that you level up your settlement in Ravensthorpe ASAP so you can take advantage of the merchants, which will allow you to upgrade your gear much faster. Because my Eivor is at the max level, there's really no point in buying Scrolls of Knowledge for mastery points. So I've got over 100 mastery points. Mastery points don't matter. They don't make your character more valuable or more powerful. So I would not do that unless you have tons and tons of silver. I have bought mastery points with silver, but through Scrolls of Knowledge, but because the Beggar Raven glitch is nerfed right now, then I would say just do it if you've not reached max level, which at the time of recording this is 466, but it's been going up. It started out, it was like level 400, and they've been continually increasing it as they add new stuff. So probably the next time when they add the river raids, maybe they'll add a few points to the top maximum point level. So after the Melonius Merchant, and after the fast travel just north of Milan, the settlement in Milan, we're going to this fast travel in Eminios on the right side, and you can stealth your way there to the titanium. Don't need any as long as you got your hood up. I'm not even sure you need to run by. The guards there just really don't respond to you. And then we go to Eminios. There's no titanium, so we've just done 2 runs of titanium. You get 4 each if you're at max level. I think titanium, what you get is between 1 and 4, and I think that is also a function of not your power level, but actually your settlement level. So if you're at max settlement level 6 for Ravensthorpe, then I think then you'll get the 4 titanium, but maybe if you're only at 1 or 2, maybe you get 1. So but I could be wrong. Tell me in the comments if you think I'm totally wrong on that, on what determines your titanium level. And then Eminios, there's just a merchant in Eminios or Amiens, right? So you go there at Amiens, and then we're going to Everux or Evero, right? That's the cat petting town. There's a titanium outside, but first we're going to go to the merchant there, right? And then the merchant is, and I really don't think titanium's that expensive at 30 each that you should hold back on it, especially if you're titanium constrained. I mean, maybe you can make the argument if you're iron constrained, but I think you'll find you're titanium constrained at times, and so buying out the titanium for 30 versus, going on a continuous titanium run, I think you're not really saving yourself time just farming the titanium versus buying it, that you probably can farm silver a little bit fast enough that 150 titanium for 5 titanium is worth it. And then we're going into the field to get those 4 titanium. And that's going to be especially true that farming titanium is not going to be worth it relative to buying it, or it won't be worth it to solely farm titanium. If you are not getting 4 titanium for each one of these, maybe you're getting 1, maybe you're getting 2, maybe you're getting 3. In that case, it makes it even better to buy titanium. So after Everux, we'll go to Paris South. We turn around from the fast travel there in Paris South and pick up the titanium and silver. It's quite a nice bit of silver there too. And then run to the pub, and there in the pub, you're not going to get any resistance there. And so we've saved the most difficult one for last, and this is the most time-consuming one. You need to go to the house that has the little log leading up to it. That's got the yellow banners hanging from it, and you climb to the roof. You assassinate the guard at the door. You want to check to make sure that there are no guards coming through the alleyway while you're doing the assassination. Then it's going to get unnecessarily messy. It's going to be messy anyways because there's going to be 3 guys inside typically. Hopefully, I was lucky here. You can do a chain assassination, and you probably could take out one of those guys fairly quickly with your bow while you're just standing in the doorway. And here I just kind of chose to run past the other guard and just take the titanium and then run out. And if you're unlucky, maybe 3 or 4 guys will pile into there, and hopefully you can fight your way out. I recommend not killing all the guys because it's just a waste of time, in my opinion. And then run across the bridge, and then to the left. If you go to the right, you'll run into a whole fortress, and the fortress is going to be, of course, kind of problematic for you. And so I would avoid the fortress as much as I could, and then because you'll get more guards chasing you, it'll take longer to chase and longer for you to put your hood back up. And in Paris, the North Paris, you want to climb the roofs and stay out of sight. And the last merchant has lots of guards walking past her, so you have to use your Odin sight. Make sure that the guards will not detect you when you drop down to see her, and stay hunched the whole time and try to engage her in conversation as soon as you can, because once you get her in conversation in the selling mode, then they won't be able to attack you or be aggroed. So, and then, once you complete your transaction with her, right, we've completed the run, and we can't get more from the merchants until we level up. Now, conceivably, if you want to continue to farm the free titanium, right, the lootable places of titanium, right, I think there's one in Melonius, one in Amenius, there's 2 in Paris, and there's one in Evero, right? You could continue to do that, conceivably, but it's a bit tedious, and I think, once you've cleared out, you've got 50 more titanium, but only 1,200 more iron. You're not going to be titanium constrained for long. You're going to be iron constrained, especially if you don't have a lot of small chests to loot anymore. So subscribe to the Linus Wilson channel. We give you the secrets to crush Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll let the rest of it play out.
Bien les bonjours, CS. Comme tu es.
I'll see you later, friend.
Sur ce, vos squad.